Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Isle of Man in the UK. This is John and Mike's MMA Corner.
I am joined right now by Michael Whaley. Sir, you're taking on Devin Ward at Apex Fights 10. Well, firstly, thank you very much for joining me. And how are you feeling for this? It's fight week now. How's everything feeling?
Oh man, well first off, thanks for having me for this interview and everything. I really appreciate it, and I'm feeling amped and just excited just the thought of getting back into the cage.
I was going to say, because, you know, I think fight week, especially for me when I competed, it was a time when it was the longest week, you know, because your fight camp, so to speak, it's intense, everything's going like 100 miles an hour, fight week comes, you start to wind down a little bit. For me, it was just, you start to then think about the fight more, you start to have a bit more time in your hands. It's the most, for me, it's just the most annoying week. I'm like, can we just hurry up already and get to the fight day?
Yeah, that's really how it's going right now. Like, fight week is here, and then you're going through all your training, everything's starting to peak, you're going through your weight cut, and you're just sitting there like,
It sucks, man. It does, man. So, look, how's your 2016 been going so far with training and, you know, looking towards this fight? How did obviously the fight come about with Devin? Were you looking to get in the ring? Let's say cage. Were you looking to get fighting on this card, particularly this time of year, or has it just come about?
Well, I've been looking to make this debut for a while now, and just like you said, just for the weeks counting down, it's just been, like time just slowed down.
It does, mate. So look, amateur-wise, it is a slightly. Do you know what I feel? It's only slightly different than the pro ranks than it was, say, 10 years ago. There's only a slight difference these days. There's a couple of little bit in the difference with the rules, but other than that, apart from the timings as well, there's not much difference, especially in the standard. You know, the level of guys at amateur, you could easily pluck them out and put them in the pro ranks and they would not look any different than the guys who are already in the pro ranks. So is that how you felt? Did you feel that you were you were ready to get in there? You know, you kind of felt, I've got what I needed from the amateurs, so to speak. I want to make, a splash on the big pro stage and I want to make a go with the pro ranks.
I feel that, I learned after all my amateur fights, I learned so much from each one, whether it's a win or a loss. And now it's just that time to give myself that extra push to, to prove that, hey, I can stand with you guys. I'm ready to compete at that next level.
And your opponent, Devin Ward, I'm sure your coaches have looked into him. They've obviously made, a kind of game plan, so to speak, or kind of cultured you to fight in a certain way to defeat him. Training-wise for you then, have you not noticed much difference? Have you just been kind of doing your own thing?
Kind of both, to tell you the truth. Adjusting my style and, of course, this isn't amateur anymore. It's pro.
Yeah.
Adjusting to, some of the differences, like throwing elbows and everything, new stuff to watch out for. But at the same time, I've always been one to quickly adjust to, whatever comes my way.
Yeah, and especially as well, I've spoke before with other guys about this. It's making sure you have a tempo that can last 5 minutes, because in the amateurs where it's 3 minutes and 3 rounds, there's a tempo you can put out there, and you can keep that. You can keep it at a pretty good pace. But when it goes to a stretch of a 5-minute round, that's when that pace you can't keep the same pace you did at the 3-minute rounds as you did before. So is that something as well you've had to adjust to yourself in your own mindset? Because it's easy to get carried away thinking, oh yeah, I'll just blitz this, but you've got to have that in the back of your head going, this could be like a 3-round grind, and I don't want to be gassing near the end of the 3rd round, and that's when things can go wrong.
No, actually, if there's one thing I'm very confident in is my cardio and how strong I have to be mentally to push myself. Like you said, it's no longer the 3-minute rounds, it's 5-minute rounds now, 3 5-minute rounds, and I feel that if to make it for all 3 rounds, I can do it.
Yeah.
Like, I've always been, stepping myself up to training and cardio-wise to make sure no matter how long the fight goes, the first punch I throw in the first round, I will be able to throw at the same tempo in that last round.
So then, let's go back to your amateur days. What was it in the amateur ranks for you that was the biggest hole in your game that you found out, obviously from your fights, that you've really shut closed now, that you're confident enough to go, look, I've sorted it out, and when I go into pro ranks, this hole that was in my game then, I've addressed it, and it's not going to be the same now?
Basically, the one main thing I have adjusted to is honestly watching out for submissions.
And is that because you would just naturally scramble to get out of stuff, and then you weren't thinking about the submission attempts, you were thinking about the escape?
Yes.
That's something about jiu-jitsu, I think, that a lot of people... Well, the thing is with jiu-jitsu, when it comes to MMA, it's not the same, because you've got to think the guy, A, is striking upon you. He could be striking upon you to set up a submission, because he could be striking upon you to want you to turn in a certain way to then set up the submission. So, but at the time, all you're thinking about is, oh my word, he's punching me in the face. This sucks. I won't lie. It's pretty crap getting punched in the face. I'm going to turn over to block this side, and then that way he'll stop punching me. But all the while, you're not thinking, but if I turn this way, it's going to set up a potential submission attack. It's hard in those split seconds to really be on point for them.
It's like a new attribute that I had, like you said, to put in my mindset. Always being a fast scramble type of guy, and that's just in my muscle memory. And basically, just adjusting to, I have to watch out for this. That strike will leave me open for this. Or, it was just something that I had to adjust to if I wanted to win.
Have you, or do you, have you done maybe any grappling competitions outside of MMA just to, kind of get used to that intense grappling atmosphere? Because you can do it all day in the gym with your friends that you train with, your family, so to speak, but at the same time, in the grappling competition, at least you're not going to get hit, but at the same time, there is an intensity level there which could match that of a fight.
Honestly, we've always just had, like fighters and grapplers, like from different areas come in who we do not know nothing about to come in and basically push the pace to us. Always having, someone new in the gym that we didn't know, like, I don't know what to expect from them, and just bring in that same raw intensity that would be brought from anyone else.
Yeah. That's fine to do that, some guys do grappling comps, some don't. It's a preference thing as well. Sometimes people do eventually get into them just because they want to try themselves out on that stage anyway. And it's nice sometimes to go back to the pure martial art of itself. So look, your fight with Devin, it's obviously taken up a lot of your time. And after the fight, you can have a little bit chill out. You can wind down a bit. What do you like to do then for your kind of, when you've got a bit of time away from the fight game? What is your thing you like to do to wind down, or what's your pastime?
Honestly, to tell you the truth, I've never really thought of myself going through, like a wind down period. Because, in our gym, our main basis is after you step out of the cage, that fight's over with. Time to move on to the next. I'd say the main thing I do for the wind down is just making sure the time I spend for training in the ring, you always have to sacrifice time. Getting back down and settling down with my family, always staying in training because there's no need to get ready if you stay ready.
Yeah.
I just make sure I also focus a lot more time with my family and my loved ones who are there for me, in the corner.
No, that's nice to do that, It's sometimes it's just nice to have, even at just like a couple of days after the fight, eat food, which is always nice. Anything goes kind of thing. Like I'll eat an extra slice of pizza, just little things like that, and just have a little bit of chill out and just relax with friends, and then get back into the training mode. Kind of. For me, it was one of them ones where I would, after a fight, after the weekend, on the Monday, all I would do is I'd sometimes have the Monday, Tuesday off, and then on the Wednesday I would just have kind of light sessions and just not intense, just have a light week and the end of the week, and then I'd get back on it again the week after. That was my kind of thing.
Oh yeah, maybe the fight Saturday, maybe Monday, take some time, maybe a time off. But usually, I'm just that's just in my muscle memory. I'm always used to just staying prepared.
It's good to be like that, man. It's great to have that eagerness and that kind of passion and desire. It's something that will help you in your fights. Never mind your training. Look, it's going down this weekend. We've got Michael Whaley right now speaking with me. He has taken on Devin Ward, like I said before. It's going to be a great card. People are going to turn up. There's going to be a lot of people supporting yourself, I imagine. There's going to be a lot of people supporting Devin. It's going to be an atmosphere to remember. Look, before you shoot off, sir, one thing I've got to ask, do you have any social media that people could jump onto to maybe give you a follow, join you on your kind of pro rank trip and journey adventure?
Yes, sir. You can always follow me on Instagram at Whaley, and on my Facebook, Michael Wallace Whaley, and I'll also have my site page, Michael Fire Whaley, already set up. If you want to follow me, just send me a like or two, send me some follows, and I will definitely hit everyone back who is eager to watch me on my journey as I step up to the pro level now.
There you go, folks. Jump on. Give him a follow. And how about then, have you got any sponsors then to help you out with your first fight?
Honestly, we have sponsors right now. I'm just not,
Yeah.
at the liberty to name all of them right now.
Okay, then what about right, let's shout out to your gym. Give your gym a shout out, where it is, how people can come and contact the gym if they want to go and train there, and then give a mention to your coaches, training partners, and if you want, friends and family.
I want to give a special shout out for everyone who's been there, to support me from since day one. This is my first amateur fight. Everyone at the Warrior Warehouse in Columbia, South Carolina, stepping into the cage this Saturday. I will be representing BMK, aka Beast Road Killers, Lance Adams, Darren Eady, William Lowrick, Robert Wiggs, everybody at the gym. Much love to everybody.
That's what I'd like to hear, people. You heard him. Michael Whaley, thank you very much, sir, for giving me some of your time to talk. Have a great fight. Have a great experience. Enjoy the whole moment. Savour it. Remember it. Take mementos if you can. I nick a load of fight posters off the walls when I go to fight and stuff. Just absorb it, buddy, and have a great time.
I will, sir. I'm just amped. This is my first time being on the card I dare to say, of this level right now. And I'm just amped to give everyone what they want to see. A fight and performance of the night to get my hand raised.
Fantastic stuff. Have a great fight, like I said just then. And also have a great 2016 in the pro ranks.
Oh, I will, sir. Thank you.